Look at these other podcasts out here with a point. Doing interviews, trying to educate you, or change the world. No, we don't do that here. Here, we look around, see things, go places, do things, and round up the best so you can forget the rest. Here, we rank 'em up.
Hello, and welcome in to Rank 'em Up, the podcast, the show where we take your suggestions of topics and we rank them, we list them, we argue about them, and Don rants about them. And welcome to the show, and we got a good show for you today. We're looking forward to ranking these this topic that was suggested to us by Crashed Mode on Twitter. And we thank you to him, and thank you to all of you for joining us this week. We appreciate you coming here and finding us. And Don, welcome to the program. How you doing?
Good. How are you, Craig?
I'm ready to rank.
Did we say the topic yet?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
We're getting there.
And
don't have a cow, man.
Easy.
Whoa, that's not a movie at all.
No, it's not.
Not till later.
No.
Anyway.
All right, Lilo, welcome to the show.
Hi there.
How are you?
I'm great.
Are you
How are
ready
you?
to go back in the Wayback Machine?
Yes, I am ready. My Wayback Machine is ready to go.
This topic is one that hits us right in the heart of us because we are all of similar age. Don is a little bit younger.
I mean, I started the decade as a PG, then I was PG-13.
Yes.
And then I ended up buying tickets to the horrible movie with Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Wild Wild West, and then sneaking into South Park. That's how the decade started and ended with me. Anyway.
Don is alluding to is our topic today is 90s movies. Yes, 90s films as suggested by @CrashedMode with a K. KRSHED mode on Twitter. Ben is his name, Ben Shea.
Yeah.
Give him a follow. Tell him thank you for suggesting this. But you might want to wait until after the show to see if it was a good show to thank him for suggesting it. We'll see. We'll see how this goes.
I'm going to point towards the wall in center field and say this is going to be a good show.
All right. Well,
I would agree.
Call your shot. And how about you go ahead and let people know how they can go ahead and suggest a topic for us to mutilate as we will this one.
We love new topics. I mean, sometimes we'll redo old topics, but give us a topic on Twitter, at RankEmUp, at RANKMUP. Go to Facebook, like the show page, facebook.com/RankEmUp. Always go to any of your podcast subscription services and give us a review there. And also tell a friend. Please tell a friend. Get them in the conversation because ranking things is fun. And if you can have a civil conversation about ranking things, well, then you're already a better person than most people that call into radio shows. Thank you.
All right. And yes, give Crashed Mode all the credit. And yes, go follow Crashed Mode. He's a good dude. All right. So, Don, why don't you go ahead and start us off this week with, since you're the youngest, you spent the least amount of time. Well, no, you spent the same amount of time in the 90s that we did, but you were less aware. I guess aware in the 90s than we were.
Because the early 90s, when a lot of these more adult movies came out, I didn't see till much later, 2000s.
You've got a little different perspective.
Although I did see Hannibal Lecter, and that scared me half to death. Like
well, that would be the Silence of the Lambs.
I shouldn't have watched that. Like I know people that won't watch it, and like some people are scared of it. And I'm like, obviously I didn't get to see it in movie theaters, which I would see it now if it was like just replaying because that's an awesome movie, and it has a distinct 90s cinematic style. With a dark kind of opening and I don't know. It's weird to look back now. Like there's an 80s style, there's a 90s style, 2000s style, and now it's like a lot of CGI. They didn't have that back then as much. And anyway, it's fun to look back. Like I told my dad, I'll never watch a black and white movie. Never, ever, never, never. And I still won't. And I don't care if it's good or not.
Wow.
I grew up.
That's strong.
It's funny you mentioned that because I wouldn't either. I mean, why would you, right?
Yeah.
But when I was in, I think it was 4th or 5th grade, one of those, I went to one of my best friends in elementary school, and we went to his house, and he was a big movie buff. He wanted to watch movies, so we went up to his top floor, which was a movie theater. He had a movie theater.
The top floor.
The top floor of his house. And he was like, all right, let's watch a movie. I was like, okay, cool. So he goes into the closet, which was like a walk-in closet, and it's all laser discs. I'm like,
Nice.
oh, this is awesome.
Wow.
Nice.
And he pulls one out. I'm like, I don't care, whatever. He pulls one out, and it's like this old time black and white film. I'm like, we're 4th grade, man. I'm not in here to Roger Ebert this thing.
Get some Aladdin out
I
here.
want some popcorn, and let's watch a fun movie. But no, we watched, I think it was called The Thin Man. I even remember the title.
Oh yeah, I've heard
Wow.
of that one. I
And,
haven't seen it, but
I was falling asleep. Yes, you may know that guy. That guy's name is T.J. Miller
hey-o.
from the movies.
Yeah, I saw him
Yes.
driving a Lamborghini at a brewery last year. I'm
Yeah,
like, oh, that's TJ Miller. Cool.
Yeah, he loved movies even way back then.
Nice.
To the point where we were watching black and white movies in 4th grade.
That's intense, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is a deep love.
Anyway, so my number 5, and it was really hard because I'm looking at, there's many different lists on the internet, and then you just go to like IMDb and say most popular movies of the 90s, and that just blew everything open. I'm like, oh man, how am I going to do this?
Yes.
It's really hard.
That's how I started my list too, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, this is way too much.
There was a lot.
See,
There's definitely a lot.
So I don't know where to look at it, like when I was in the 90s or now, because my favorite 90s films are obviously a lot different than they were when I went to YMCA summer camp and watched Aladdin in the day, and for whatever reason, my counselor cried, and he was a guy, and I'm like, "Why are we crying, sir?" I couldn't concentrate on the movie because the guy is crying, and I'm like, "It's gonna be okay, man."
Is that the first time you saw a man cry?
I'm gonna say yes, Craig.
Man, it was a
No,
whole new
no, okay.
world after that.
No kidding.
I got that. For the record, I got that. I'm not laughing because I refuse to laugh at that. I'm gonna say I remember my uncles
With
crying.
love rising to pursue. And now from way over here.
Oh my god.
Done now?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Done?
Oh
Rob,
my gosh.
I remember my uncles crying during the Broncos 55-10 loss in the Super Bowl
That was a little rough.
against
Yeah.
the 49ers. And that was not in the 90s. That was 89. Well, it might have been January of 90. Anyway, Broncos 3-time Super Bowl champions. Eight Super Bowls, second most ever. Anyway, my number 5, and I decided to look at it as an adult because if it were on now, I would be more likely to watch this movie.
The
if it was just
rewatchability of it.
Yeah, because,
Okay.
look, Aladdin's good. If I had a kid, maybe I'd watch it with him. But barring that, I'm not one of these weird guys that collects Disney amiibos and then watches Disney movies.
Half of that is probably accurate.
I don't know.
Who's playing?
Let's just say Don definitely does not watch the Disney movies.
T2, Terminator 2, Judgment Day, Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's pretty BA, man. That's badass.
It's a good one.
It's pretty
It's a
BA
good
right there. All right. I love that movie. It was the first DVD.
That was
ever
the
bought.
one with the Mercury guy, right? Like,
Yep.
Yeah, that one was pretty cool.
With highly mimetic polyalloy.
yeah, he's the new model. That
Yep.
comes out.
He was 200 numbers ahead of the Arnold Schwarzenegger version.
Love that. I love that movie. From start, I could watch that. I could pick it up at any part of the movie
I mean,
and
you
watch
probably
it.
cry at the last scene, right? I mean,
That last scene's intense.
When I was a kid, I think I was like sad, but now it's just
Yeah.
like, hey man, you had to do it. There's one chip left. You know what? You can't have any chips.
Can't have any
We
chips.
don't need. We want to eliminate Skynet. All right. And by the way, we didn't need to make Terminator 3 or Terminator 4.
Or Terminator Genesis.
And by the way, McG, don't you touch any franchise ever again. You don't touch any franchise ever again. I don't care. I'll tell you right now, if Steven Spielberg dies and they try to give Indiana Jones away to somebody, if it's him, I mean,
Don't do it. Just don't do it.
we're going to have a problem. There's petitions. It's going to be started. And I'm going to yell about it forever. And I will not watch those movies. And for the record, if they ever remake, what did I say if they ever remake? I was going to be really mad. Not Black Rain. Doesn't matter. Terminator 2, number 5. I will watch that at any point if it's on TV or if I come across it. And I do own a Blu-ray and a DVD of that.
all right,
There you go.
There you go.
Lilo, you're number 5.
Number 5. So my number 5, number 5 was so classically 90s. Like it kind of defined. It kind of defined like a bunch of things. Like so, it really solidified, well, quote unquote solidified, Will Smith as an actor. It also showed that Harry Connick Jr. could do more than just play music. It also showed the sheer willingness to fight and win as Americans. Mm-hmm. Even if that threat is from another planet and shows up and blows up all of our top buildings, we will still fight you in the face. And this movie is Independence Day.
I mean, when they blew up the White House, I was like, what are you doing here?
How are we going to come back from this?
There was that moment, though, where you were just like, yep, this is where we start fighting.
As a
We have to
15-year-old
start
kid,
fighting.
you're like, I can't. What are we doing here?
Send me up. Send me up.
Oh, man. It was so cheesy 90s. Like the CG for the alien spaceships was so terrible. The aliens, though, were creepy looking. Like when they cracked open the spaceship and there's like tentacles all over the place, and Will Smith punches that one in the face, which somehow happens to knock it out, which I don't understand.
Yeah.
Because this is an exosuit.
Right. He's sitting in like armor, and Will Smith punches the armor and knocks the alien out with the classic line of "Welcome to Earth." It's the best line ever.
Can I just say my favorite line?
Absolutely.
What do you do for work? I'm a dancer. Oh, ballet? Exotic.
Hey, we celebrate our Independence Day.
Yeah, Will Pullman, man.
Yeah, Bill Pullman really pulled it out.
He made a good president.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Wait, did he die? No, who
No,
did?
that was
die.
not. No,
Bill Paxton died.
Bill
Sorry,
Paxton.
I apologize.
Bill Pullman was in the new one.
I
No,
apologize, Bill Pullman.
there was no state funeral for.
Yeah, not at all. Not for Bill Pullman.
Didn't he have like? No, I'm sorry.
that's all
Didn't he go crazy like in the second movie? Did you guys see the
I
second
didn't
one?
see the second
I
one.
don't think. Maybe I did. I don't remember.
It's
Is
worth
that where he had the
$1.
suit, where like they came out of the suits with the flesh and all that. I think I might have saw that.
I think you're talking about Men in Black 3.
Yeah, Men in
Yeah.
Black 2. No, I saw Men in Black 2, not
Independence Day Resurrection just came out.
Oh yeah,
It-
no, I
Or
didn't.
It's
Resurgence
worth
or something like
$1.50 at Redbox. I'll say that.
All right.
On top of that, no.
Okay. Never
Don't
mind.
plan it for a date night. It just has to be an impromptu. Let's just
it
go
was
to see
there.
it.
I just
You
wanted
can't
to
be-
see it.
You can't be like, I'm picking up a movie for date night. Have the dinner ready by the time I get home. None of that. That's too good for this.
I mean, those are the same movies, right? I mean, they may as well be called Mendependence Day.
was Rambo 2 and 3 the same movie?
Independence in Black.
Yes.
Starring
Kinda.
Tommy Lee Jones and Bill Pullman.
Yeah, same thing.
I love
Yeah.
Tommy Lee Jones.
So there you go. Number 5, Independence Day.
All right. Well, my number 5 came out in the year of our Lord 1996, way back when.
Oh man, here we go, Craig.
And,
Thug Life.
I was
20 years
Craig's
ago.
Thug Life.
15-year-old boy in the freshman year of high school, just learning who the heck this William Shakespeare guy was. And in
What?
Mr. Bauer's class, we're reading
Yes.
Shakespeare and having to take turns in class reading a page, and then the guy next to you having to read another page, and not wanting them to call you to have to read the next page. But I remember reading in that class Romeo and Juliet.
Are you serious?
And it was about that time, my freshman year, that the movie came out, Romeo and Juliet. And really, it was my introduction to Shakespeare because I was not cultured beforehand. I didn't really know. I mean, I knew the name, but I didn't know anything about it. So,
Yes.
and the movie itself was like completely different than all the other movies because they spoke in the Queen's English, the prose of the book. And it went along with it. The art and the style of the movie, the way it was shot was really cool. And I was all in on the Romeo and Juliet. And so I'm making this list. Like, I wouldn't go back and watch it now because, one, I don't watch movies. Two, it's just not my thing anymore, I guess. But at the time, I'm making my list a mix of how cool I thought it was at the time. And at the time in 1996, the chicks loved this movie, just so you know.
That is true.
They really
They did. I
was
think
like
it was
12
because of
years old.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
I was 15, man.
all right,
we were
maybe-
15,
I think-
16 years old.
Because I was thinking, am I going to make fun of Craig for this? But now I see your point.
I came around,
I
right?
see your point.
I was a 15, 16-year-old kid.
Was John Leguizamo?
Leguizamo, yes. He was, what, Mercutio or Benvolio or something? I can't remember. And it was really cool, man. I was into it. I What can I say? It was the 15-year-old kid.
Right,
Who's
right.
Juliet?
Also, Claire Danes.
Claire Danes.
I had a thing for Claire Danes, and I was like, that's it. She's Juliet. That's it. Let's do it. All right, that's my number 5, Romeo and Juliet.
Uh,
Go ahead, judge me. At _DE, at rank 'em up. Judge me. Don't tweet me.
But you're not watching it now is the thing. Like,
you're
you're
none
going
of
a
these.
different direction than it. I mean,
I
I'll watch every single one that's on my list. I will watch
I have
today.
I have a mixture of, on my list, ones that I thought were in the moment the coolest thing in the world, and also ones that to this day I would watch again. So I'm mixing it up a little bit. And this one is one that it will. It's like a time capsule. I'll go back in time and judge it for what it's worth back in the year of our Lord, 1996.
Nice.
All right, so my number 4. I'm almost speechless because I don't know what to say to Craig about after that. I just didn't expect that movie. I didn't expect anything near that movie. The only movies that I know Craig watches are bad movies.
Dang.
Lilo, you haven't said a word about this movie.
sorry.
How do
I
you
never
feel-
saw it.
Oh my god!
I didn't see it.
Now, where's your time,
just-
Lilo?
I actually probably have it on DVD somewhere. I can.
No,
Oh, nice.
no,
I
you
do. I'm married into the DVD. I'll just let you know.
Oh, sure. Blame
You
the
know what?
wife.
Yeah.
There you go.
I like that line. Maybe I'll say that. Just
I'm
like,
married into it.
Yeah,
That's it. Yeah.
what did I marry into? My father-in-law.
I'm married into the Celine Dion CD collection I've got.
Nice. Nice job.
I mean, I think Lenny Kravitz is an okay artist, but you know,
I'm not going to buy his
not as
CDs.
much as
Yeah.
your family, your married life,
Married into
does.
that life. Which is also a very 90s thing to do.
Yeah, but I also feel that Lenny Kravitz's voice is not that good. All he had was his looks going for him.
3 chords and a cloud of dust,
And he
man.
made it.
It's a true story.
I remember
And them dreads.
And the alt look of a nose ring and dreads, man.
Yep.
before the septum before it was cool. I remember he did a song with Toots Maytals. Do you know who that is? Toots and the Maytals? Toots and Berts? Yeah, anyway.
Nope.
So he's a reggae bro. He's a reggae dude. And reggae guys, they're not the best singers. Like, their voice doesn't carry. Like, he's no Jimmy Cliff, okay? I'll say that. No, nothing. All right.
I
Anyway,
got nothing.
somebody will laugh at that joke out there. I hope.
Maybe. If you do, let Don know. I'll make him up.
Tweet at Dawn.
I assume we'll be getting nothing.
By the way, how dare you? Do I have to go invent another Twitter account now? Like, I already have like
maybe.
12 on my list. And by the way, we did the Twitter followers last week, and when I was going to do research, I'm like looking at my Twitter follows, and I'm like, wait, this website doesn't even exist anymore. I probably shouldn't follow them. I feel like they should take it off. So then I found one that I did because I did the Drunk Roberto one. And just so we didn't feel bad, I did a Belligerent Don because that's what they call me when I drink, Belligerent Don. And
That doesn't take drinking.
but I don't. How dare you? You know what? When you're right, you're right, Craig. So Belligerent Don. I don't even know what email account I have that with.
You got to make up email accounts.
Because it's not.
to start
no
Twitter
kidding.
Yeah,
accounts.
because it's not on my Twitter thing. Like I must have lost that two phones ago. Coming over,
Jeez.
which I'm actually sad about because I want to tweet up from Belligerent Don because I think it's funny. Because that way I can be like, I was drunk. I was just a drunk guy. I just tweet anyway.
All right, what's your number 4, Don?
My number 4. I'm telling you right now.
Bring this thing back.
I'm sorry, Craig. I had a really hard time picking these because there's a lot of good movies. And this is coming from the angle of would I watch it today, the 90s film. And number 4, yes, Shawshank Redemption.
Oh,
Nary
Andy
a
Dufresne.
woman. Nary a woman in that movie.
Nice.
I mean, when the cooks, the woman cooks start looking good, you know you're in trouble. That's what I always say. But Red, I just love that movie. It's just a good movie all around. The ultimate comeuppance of the man, you know, and he's an innocent.
I have to interrupt you, Don. There's breaking news. We spoke about it last week. Police chase alerts.
Oh,
and
no.
we just received an alert of a police chase.
Oh my!
I clicked on the link and
child kidnapping pursuit.
child kidnapping. The lady is pulled over.
No.
She's got the kid in her arms and she's giving up. And I don't know if she's giving up or she's going to run. No,
bad.
she's giving up. Anyway, all
That's
right, back
probably
to
good.
the regularly scheduled program. That's what you get with police chase alerts.
Yes, you do. Anytime, anywhere. Anytime, anywhere. Shawshank Redemption. It's just a good movie. You know, he's innocent. He's an innocent man. Andy Dufresne.
He played the long game, man. He
Yes,
played
he
the
did.
long game of digging the hole with a spoon.
Sure did.
It was a rock knife, a rock carving hammer, basically, and a chisel, kind of. But
Hopefully I didn't ruin the movie for anybody.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry.
came out in 1993.
It was the one-armed man.
Came out in
Yeah.
1992 or something. But yeah, anyway, I love that movie. That movie is just good from front to back to front. I can watch it anyway from the Birdman library. Andy got his library. There was a skiff of a rape, but what good movie doesn't have a little rape scene, right? Showgirls. There's a 90s movie with a rape scene. I'm just saying.
I don't know if we condone that.
And I'm sorry
Right,
I'm sorry for your parents listening to this.
Definitely not like something we say yes to.
First of all, I wrote when Don tried to be a stand-up comedian, he wrote a bit about those kind of scenes in movies. I got a lot of laughs. I'm just saying that.
Okay.
And I think it makes the movie better. Thank you. And you know what? There's a lot of
That's at Don Pablo 303.
303.
I'm not condoning the act. I'm just saying you put it in a movie, it's a very emotional thing, and movies are emotional.
Well, you know what the problem about Shawshank Redemption is?
What?
And it really hurts its replayability, which is on TBS and TNT like all the time.
all the time.
Every weekend, I think.
I'm really
Right after
interested
the
to hear
Harry
this
Potter series.
The problem with it
for
is
the Law and Order Marathon.
it's way too long.
It's a long one. It is definitely a long
way
movie.
too long. It's too much of a commitment.
I disagree, but I understand where you guys are coming from. You guys are dads. You have little kids running around. Oh, this I got nothing but time.
Speaking
love
of
that
nothing
movie.
but time,
Sorry,
let's
there you
move to
go.
number 4
Number 4.
for Lilo.
So this one came out right at the end of the 90s in 1999. You could say that this was a breakout hit for one particular director as well as one particular child actor. And all you need is 4 words and you will know exactly the movie I'm talking about. I See Dead People. This is my number 4 movie because okay, so here's the thing with The Sixth Sense, okay? You watch it once to have it kind of be like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. I'm not going to say any spoilers. And
It's been like 30 years.
that's true. So you watch it the first time to find out that he's dead. And then you watch it the second time and you're like, oh my gosh, all of these connections. Like he was there the whole time and it makes perfect sense that this kid made. And, but then anytime you watch it after the second time, you're like, this movie's dumb. Why am I watching this again for the third time?
It's got one replayability.
It does. Like you can literally watch it twice, absolute maximum, and then that's the end. Because, like I said, third, fourth, fifth time, you're like, why are we still watching this movie? Bruce Willis is dead.
We know
Haley
he's
Joel
dead.
Osment can see him because he is dead. Because Haley Joel Osment sees dead people. The end. End of movie.
Yeah, I didn't really like that movie.
Like I said, I liked it the first 2 times. Anything after that was just useless.
Okay.
So
I've only watched it once, and I also thought it was dumb. I'm like, why are you sitting under the bed with him, man? Like, why is there a pedo sitting under the bed with Haley Joel Osment? His mom's in the other room. You're gonna get caught.
And
I'm just saying. And number 2, how many times are we gonna be tricked by M. Night Shyamalan? Okay, how many times?
well, this was like towards the beginning, right?
yeah,
I mean,
this
was
is
his-
correct.
this was his
You're
debut or directorial debut.
yeah, this was like his coming out party.
This
Hey,
was
I
his
gotcha.
number 1. Yeah.
I'm gonna
now-
get you a lot more.
No, I don't care. If I have to go search a movie and to make sure you're not in it before I go see it, no, I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. And I'm aware that it was a good movie and it grossed a lot. But no, I can't. I saw it once and it was on DVD and I'm like, this is dumb. And by the way, I would say his best movie is Unbreakable.
All right.
Yeah, that was all right.
I like the Alien one with the corn farm and Mel Gibson.
I have no idea what that
That
is.
one was okay too.
I don't remember what that one was called.
Signs.
Signs. Yeah, that one was good.
Side note before we transition on to Craig, Haley Joel Osment grew up to be a funny looking adult.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I haven't seen him as an adult.
Just Google search Haley Joel Osment as an adult and you'll be like, oh. Like you all, the rest of you grew up, but your face did not. How did that happen?
That's too bad.
Yeah, so.
All right. Well, my number 4
At least he's not Macaulay Culkin. Sorry.
is
That's true.
It's a movie
true.
from the year of our Lord, 1995. And
22 years ago.
yeah, I like this movie because it's very rewatchable, even though I haven't watched it in probably 10 years. It reminds me, I think I liked it so much because my brother was older than I was, and he was right in the wheelhouse of this movie, and I think he watched it probably a million times. And I would watch it whenever I'd walk into the room and just keep watching it and laugh. And it was completely inappropriate for a child of my age. And that was Friday.
Nice.
I knew it was going to be on your list.
Why would you know that's on my list?
Because you quote from that movie a lot.
I mean, it's very quotable, that movie.
yeah.
It's true. That movie has gotten a bit of a resurgence in the last, like, I don't know, maybe 5.
Really?
Or, like, maybe, like, 2 years with the meme of Bye Felicia.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yep. So people have been
Bye,
kind
Felicia.
Yeah, Bye Felicia.
Yeah, that movie is very quotable. There was a lot of funny people in it. Ice Cube was in it. Debo. I mean, it was.
Oh, Debo was awesome.
There's a guy named. I mean, the most famous Craig is the fictional character from that movie. How you gonna get fired in a day off, Craig? Yeah. So yeah, I mean, really, when anybody sees me or knows me, they're like, "What's up, Craig?"
What up, Craig?
Yeah, that's about it.
It's Friday. You ain't got no job.
Yeah, you got nothing to do.
You got nothing to do.
Yeah, Friday. It's my number 4. Reminds me of my brother
It's a solid
in
movie
our
choice.
younger years.
I grew up in inner city Denver, and I played on the football team with a lot of like brothers. I'd never seen this movie.
How did you not?
How did
see
you
this
not?
movie?
Never seen this
Well,
movie.
you know what? You're a little bit too young, I think, for it.
I think so.
You were a little bit
Yeah,
past when it came out.
Because it wasn't even in high school.
No, it was when my brother was in high school, and he was
Yeah.
like a senior in high school. So it was more of his time, and he had the same. you
Yeah.
know, we grew up in the inner city, so it was right in our wheelhouse.
I've seen the second one. I'm like, this is dumb. I don't like it that much.
Nah, the second one was not as good.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
gotta go with
Craig.
the first
But
one.
Friday, 1995,
All right.
number 4. You
Craig.
are number 3 there, Don.
Don's number 3. All right. True story. I have a twin brother. We got 2 DVDs from my friend Reed, and he gave us our first DVDs. It was Terminator 2 Judgment Day. And number 3 on my list. It'd be Boogie Nights. All right? I'm telling you right now.
I knew this was going to come up.
This movie is amazing. Look, Burt Reynolds.
I don't know how to talk about this movie.
I don't
now that
either.
I'm a
I've
married
never-
man.
Right.
Roller Girl, my first known movie of Julianne Moore, who I still love to this day, even though it's 20 years later.
I mean, who doesn't?
I mean, the
Right?
fire in the fire in the belly is still there. Anyway, I love this movie. William H. Macy, like, stop me when John Phillips. What's his name? Oh man.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Philip Seymour Hoffman
Hoffman.
and John Seymour Riley's in that movie. Mark Wahlberg, Heather Graham.
Oh, yeah, Heather Graham
Like,
was
this
in that
movie is crazy. Like, the chick who was William H. Macy's wife is a famous adult actress. And first of all, when this movie was turned 20 years old, Grantland did a big piece and a podcast about it, and the oral history of Boogie Nights, which is really funny. And get it, Craig. Thank you.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so I consumed that, and
Nice.
I always felt shame about Boogie Nights because none of my friends were big fans, except for my friend Reed, who gave me the movie. But I didn't really have.
You were really young when that movie came out.
Yeah, I was, but I didn't really have anybody to talk to about it. But you gotta understand, though, Craig, when I turned like 17, 18, 19, it was on HBO
Oh, wow.
all the time.
Yeah, that's
it was
true.
on it all the time. So I didn't see it in the theaters, nor would I have been able to.
No.
It framed me as a person, Craig. It framed me as a person.
There's a very good song that came out of that also. Feel, 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 feel.
Yeah, dude. The Mark Wahlberg.
Feel
It's
my
funny
heat.
because I can even connect with Caberto because Caberto used to work as a Cool Edit Pro Tools certified technician in
Audio engineer.
in a recording studio, and I showed him that, and he's like, "I've seen that conversation many times," and I'm like, "That's funny." Like, I even connect with Caberto. I'm like, Caberto, why would you not see this movie? And this is single Caberto, not married, lockdown Caberto. Anyway, but I love that movie. It's good. It's culturally relevant. And number 3, like Burt Reynolds.
Don Cheadle was in that movie.
Don
too.
Cheadle.
Yes.
Denver's own Don
Denver's
Cheadle.
own?
Yeah. Yeah, man. He was the
The donut store.
yeah, he was also in Showgirls. With the horrible African dance like idea, but somehow he tricked Elizabeth Berkley into sleeping with him. Anyway, there you go, Craig. That would be
All right.
Boogie Nights is number 3.
All right, thanks.
Boogie Nights. Okay.
All right, number 3, Lilo.
So, number 3. So the 90s were, let's see, I was in high school in the 90s. And this was kind of when
I knew you then. I was there with you.
You were there with me. We've made that journey together.
We did.
But the 90s was also the time when I kind of discovered anime and like got really, really hooked into it. So my number 3 movie is Princess Mononoke, which I'm sure a lot of folks may or may not have seen. It's kind of a classic, but it's a good one. If you haven't seen it and you like anime, I highly suggest that you do watch it because I actually tried to get my wife, then girlfriend, to watch it at some point, and there was a scene where one of the main characters like shoots an arrow and it takes off some dude's arms. This one arrow
Wow,
just
really?
Ouch.
shreds some dude's arms, and
I wish I had that in Zelda.
that would be amazing. I wish I had that in Horizon Zero Dawn. And so my wife at that point was like, "Nope, I'm out. Can't do this." I'm like, "Oh man."
She tried. You got to give her credit.
That's true. I do give her credit for at least kind of making it to that point, which is only like 20 minutes into the movie, but still. So Princess Mononoke, I don't really have a ton else to say because, I mean, I could nerd out over it, but I will spare everyone the geekery because I know that anime is still, to this day, kind of a niche thing. So there you go.
All right, well, my number 3 barely made the list. Not because it's not awesome. It's my number 3, obviously. But because it came out in the year 1990. So it barely made it. However, even though it barely made the 90s, I feel like it was a really super 90s movie. And as a child, you know, Lilo, we had a lot of toys growing up.
Absolutely.
We had G.I. Joes, we had
Ninja Turtles.
Legos, we had He-Man, all this other stuff. But I was a big fan of the Turtles, the Ninja Turtles.
Oh, yeah.
And when the movie of the Ninja Turtles came out, I was there to see it.
I was there to see it too.
Teenage Mutant. Oh, man. Oh, it was so good, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I was so excited.
Oh.
The suits that they were in were fantastic.
Yes, they actually did like a pretty
mean,
decent job for the 90s.
For
Shredder, man.
For 1990.
Shredder, yeah.
Talking rat. A large
seriously.
talking rat.
Yes.
I'm sure if we went back and watched it now, we'd be like, it's a joke.
Right.
But,
What are we watching?
But at the time, this is one of those times, it's a timepiece. You go back and watch that, and it's fantastic. I fell in love with it. I watched that movie 100 times. I had the soundtrack.
Yeah. Who
The
didn't have the
was
soundtrack?
amazing. And the soundtrack is more replayable than the movie, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Because
It is. The
Turtle Power.
It's not Vanilla
Yes.
Ice, right? Vanilla Ice was T.
Vanilla Ice
He
like
was
the second
number
one.
2.
But
Okay.
it had Turtle Power. Turtle Power.
Oh my gosh, that song was so great.
Power.
Like I don't remember a lot of the other. Oh no, there was like some other like funky songs in there, but
Yeah, there
Turtle
were.
Power was like the song.
Turtle Power
that-
was. I mean, we did the Running Man to that.
Oh,
like
dude,
a million different
totally.
times.
I wrecked a tape on that one song. Yeah, I said it. I wrecked a tape.
You wore out the
Oh,
tape.
yeah.
These kids don't know.
yeah.
It was all warped and stuff when it was all said and done.
Where's my pencil? I need to
I need to rewind it.
Put the tape back in. Oh man, yeah, that movie was so. Oh, it was so
That
good.
was amazing.
I did enjoy that movie, yes.
Yes. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I went to the concert. I had
yeah.
the figures. Oh man, it was so good. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Turtle Power.
In this day and age, who could ask for more?
Turtle Power. All right, that's my number 3. Don, you're on number 2.
Number 2. The only reason this is not number 1 is because how could you not test the theory of the one-arm, even go look for the one-armed man? Like, I feel the Chicago Police Department looked really inept with a, white doctor, really rich doctor guy who they just railroaded. He's a doctor. He's trying to revive his wife. Why do you think he's going to have blood on him? He says the one-armed man did it. Can we find the one-armed man? How come Harrison Ford, who has no detective skills, found the one-armed man within like 20 minutes at the hospital? But anyway, I'm going to say the reason it's not number one is because number one's number one. But this is number two.
Okay.
And I will watch the entire movie. I just get a little mad about it. I'm like, your detectives are not doing their job to their full potential if you cannot find the one. Like, how many one-armed men can there be? We can, like, that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Let's find the one-armed man. Look, you got to at least interview some one-armed men. Get a lineup so we can look at
You shouldn't need
something.
You shouldn't need a civilian to give you a hand to find the one-armed man.
Wow.
Anyway, The Fugitive. Tommy Lee Jones, Harrison Ford, many other stars of the day. And I just love that movie, man. It's not getting better. And that's the movie I said earlier. If they remake that, which I understand that was a remake of an earlier Fugitive.
It was, yes.
Yes.
If they remake that, no, get out. I will not watch it. Not unless it stars Harrison Ford and Tommy Lee Jones again.
That's got Chris Pratt written all over it, man.
First of all, that's what I was saying.
yeah.
They delayed the next Professor Henry Jones,
Dr.
Indiana Jones. They delayed that a year, and I'm like, well, who's gonna play Indiana Jones if Harrison Ford? And we saw Chris Pratt, man. Chris Pratt is the next.
He's Harrison Ford part two.
superstar.
Dude, he is everywhere.
Yeah.
That guy is everywhere.
It's because he's got a man's body. He's not. Anyway.
He's not Shia LaBeouf. Yeah, I said it.
Oh, look. I wanted Shia LaBeouf to be good, right? I did. Remember the Neighborhood where he was locked down on the ankle weights or the ankle monitor or whatever? That was an okay movie.
Remember Transformers when it was terrible?
I do.
He let his dreams be dreams, man.
I know he did. That's the only cool thing that he's done in like the last 4 or 5 years was that YouTube video where he just goes completely ballistic.
And now Chris Pratt took all his jobs.
That's good.
Totally did.
Chris Pratt
Totally
is good.
did.
Yeah.
Him on a. See, the only problem with me is I watched him on Parks and Rec, and he is really funny
Oh my gosh, he's awesome.
on
in
Parks and Rec. He's really good.
He also got like super buff between Parks and Rec and
Jurassic Park?
Jurassic Park.
By the way-
Or Jurassic World, yeah.
Who's his wife on that show? I thought she was going to be the star.
Rashida Jones?
No. I don't even know what her name is. I thought that chick, who's his wife, who's really weird on that show. She's hot, man, whatever. But I thought she was going to be the star. But Chris Pratt turned it. You know, what do I know? What do I know?
April.
Yeah.
April O'Neil?
Ludgate.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, Ludgate.
not
You just threw
O'Neil.
a turtle.
Not
turtle.
O'Neil.
I did, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Not April.
Anyway, so The Fugitive.
I'll go back to the sewer.
See myself out to the sewer. The Fugitive. Just give me that all day, every day. I'll watch that. If I have to do a Christmas Day marathon,
Isn't there a sewer scene in The Fugitive?
there is where he
Yeah,
jumps
where
off.
he
He
jumps
out
jumps
the
out.
sewer?
Yeah, into the
Into the ooze?
dam.
I didn't
No.
kill my wife. I don't care. That scene?
Yeah, that one.
Yep.
All right.
Cool.
It's
So-
Tommy Lee Jones being a BA man, being a badass.
It's true.
All right, number 2, Lilo.
Number 2. So, real quick. Every time. So when you said The Fugitive, all I could think of was, it wasn't me. It was The One-Armed Man, which then transitioned me into like a movie that was not on my list, but it was also a movie from the 90s, which was The Mask with Jim Carrey. And there's a scene where he's in there like being chased by somebody, and he's like, "It wasn't me. It was the one-armed man."
Oh, man, that movie's not aged well, though.
What happened to you,
Oh
Jim Carrey?
no, that movie's awful
No.
now. So
That was young Cameron Diaz though.
It
was.
Did you know I read the book, The Mask?
did you really? Was it like
did.
super violent?
It was.
What?
It was weird. It was
Like
just weird.
Are you talking about the comic book?
No, actually, like they made a book
a
about
graphic novel.
like after the movie.
Oh,
They made a book like
After the movie.
after the movie.
Got
they
it.
Made a
So
book.
they made the adaptation.
Yes.
Yeah. So
And
the
it
original The Mask was a graphic novel that was graphic.
No, I read the After Mask movie book, and it was dumb.
It doesn't sound.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
So
your
my
imagination is ruined. Sorry, Lila. Your imagination is ruined if you read the book after the movie.
Yeah,
that's true. Then the book is ruined, and then why bother?
yeah, it's true.
It was a one-armed man. So my number 2 film.
But, I'm sorry. Hold on. I know we're trying to go fast. Let me just make. I didn't understand the proctology joke where with the mufflers until way later. Because, I mean, you just see the guys going out on the gurney with like on their stomachs, like with stuff poking out. I didn't understand. Like I was maybe 12 or 11.
Right.
I'm like, oh, okay.
A lot of those type movies, they have adult jokes and kid jokes.
Yeah,
and
and
Shrek.
Right. Shrek
Yeah.
is like the classic
Exactly.
example of
Yeah.
having both kid and adult jokes.
Yeah.
So but the Pertology joke was real funny after that. You got real funny. There you go.
Awesome. So my number 2 film, definitely not The Mask, and definitely not funny by any stretch of the imagination. But I did have to watch this movie a few times for my high school career in theology. And Craig, I think, knows where I'm going with this one. But
we got bust, right?
what's that?
Did we get bust?
I think some of us got bust. I think
Was it the theater across the street?
no,
no,
that wasn't built
It
yet.
wasn't built yet.
Okay.
But this movie is like there is, and I know Don will have something to say about it because it's in black and white. But it's incredibly
I know
powerful.
what it is.
Super well shot. The story is outstanding. And there's like you can't watch this movie and not just like have it punch you directly in the feels. And this would be Schindler's List,
Yeah.
released in 1993.
You can't make. I can't make any jokes about this.
No,
No,
I
you
mean,
can't.
what?
You really can't. I mean, there's not a lot to say about the movie that's like
You guys aren't Seinfeld
funny.
fans?
No.
no.
Oh, come on. They did the Seinfeld where Jerry and his girlfriend are making out and Newman is somehow like 2 chairs behind them. And he like tells people, he like gives away their seat. You were making out during Schindler's List. And it becomes a big thing. That's a good episode. Whatever. So I don't care. You guys are, it's a very serious topic.
I don't care.
And I do believe that the Holocaust happened. There you go. Let's just put that speculation down right now. I believe the Holocaust happened.
I don't think anybody was speculating that you didn't.
Yes, I don't think
people
that was
think
ever on the
Craig-
table.
Rumors
But,
get started. You don't even know how they get started, okay?
People think that you don't think that the. Oh, okay. Well,
No, I don't know.
even-
I don't know what people think. I'm just telling everybody. I believe that it happened.
All right.
Did you know? Question. Did you know I won an art contest in the 9th grade on Holocaust art.
Really?
I got to meet Mark Schlereth, who's wearing his Super Bowl ring. I got a picture of it.
Oh, really? Nice.
Wow.
Yes.
Nice.
There you go.
So,
Well,
yep.
Schindler's List. Yes, we got bust to that theater.
Yes.
I remember our whole school shut down for that to go to watch that movie.
Wow.
I did.
Really?
Yeah.
All 4 grades. Yeah, we all went there.
Yep.
How old?
We were well, like one of the summer reading requirements was that book Night
Yeah.
by Elie
Eli
Wiesel.
Wiesel,
Yeah, and so it was like if that's what you start school with, you kind of have to continue on
Yeah.
that track. So, man, yeah. So it was intense.
That's a very powerful movie.
It was, especially after reading the book, too.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, man.
It was depressing.
Yeah, it became like super real.
Yeah.
Like,
Although I did read that book in like one day in like May. And then didn't think about it again until school started that next fall.
like, oh,
Oh yeah, we
But,
were
like,
we were
these
studying
days-
that.
Oh, that's right.
I'm sorry. I'll be quick. Be brief. These days, like when I was in school, they would have people's grandparents that are in the Holocaust come down and talk. And I don't think they could do that much these days because they're getting pretty up to.
Yeah,
Excuse me, people that could remember it anyway. And man, it's just every story is created. Like you see, I remember one of my good friends, Amanda. Her grandma had like a tattoo on her arm. She like showed us and told us the whole story, and it was really sad. Yeah. So, yeah, that happened. That's a real talk, man.
All right. Well, my number 2 is the complete opposite spectrum.
It's The Mask.
It's
Thank you for bringing it back.
It's a comedy movie. So we'll move forward. And yes, that movie came out in 1998, right in prime time. Adam Sandler making funny movies, prime Adam Sandler movie having time. That was my junior year, senior year of high school, right when it was right in the wheelhouse, basically. And I remember watching this movie. I watched it when it came out, but then when I came back from college during the break times in the summer and in the winter, I would live with my brother, and we would watch this movie all the time. We'd
Nice.
go hang out at the bar or go do whatever, and then come back and chill and watch The Waterboy. And it got funnier every single time because it's so good.
Bobby Boucher.
Mama say, alligator so angry because he got all them teeth and no toothbrush. I can't even do it because I'm messing it up. I love that movie so much. The Waterboy. It's really Adam Sandler's finest work. I mean, I know I mentioned Little Nicky in a previous episode and how much I appreciate that film, but Waterboy is something else. It's really his best work. That's 1998. I actually, if I saw this on now, I'd probably rewatch it. If I saw it on the channel, I'd probably watch a little bit of it. Even though I don't watch movies very much, I would watch The Waterboy because it makes me laugh all the time.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
And we will have, then you're listening to Rank 'em Up, we will have Crashed Mode, who suggested this from Twitter, at Crashed Mode on Twitter with a K. We will have his list coming up of his top 5 90s films, too. So we'll do that after our number ones.
You know what's weird about Adam Sandler is normally and I've learned this over the years just being old and you get this experience, you age with the personalities that you like. And usually the personalities, like comedy, changes based on, what age he is. Mm-hmm. Adam Sandler keeps making movies for the same demographic.
Yeah,
and we grew out of that a long time ago.
Yeah, we outgrew him.
So, yes. I mean, I guess it's just everybody's had the same experience of Adam Sandler. It's just different movies that he's made. The Price is Wrong, Bob Barker.
Right.
That's really... Billy Madison is just my favorite Adam Sandler movie.
No, if you saw Little Nicky, you would...
No, I didn't like that movie.
Man,
I didn't like
you got to
that
go
movie.
back and watch it again because it's so funny.
I half refuse.
All right.
Half refuse. Yeah.
Goodbye.
Is it my
it's
turn?
your turn.
My
yes.
turn? What am I, number 1 then?
Yeah, you were honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions. Man, I got a lot of honorable mentions. Cool Runnings, John Candy, rest in peace.
Oh, good movie.
Named after a Bob Marley song.
Hey, DeReese, you dead man.
Medicine Man, Sean Connery. That was a very late prime Sean Connery movie.
Is that the one where he's in Africa with the lions?
Nope. He's in South America in the Amazon, and they find the cure for cancer, but they're bulldozing the whole place like 5 seconds after. He's like, no. Yeah.
I think I'm thinking of the one that has Val Kilmer in it with the lions and Sean Connery.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what that one's called.
I don't remember.
Who's Val Kilmer? Anyway.
Shots fired.
Showgirls. I did own a copy of that movie, whatever. It was Jessie, what's her name in Say Bello? Elizabeth Berkley.
Yeah, Slaughter? No,
It's not Slaughter. No, that's AC Slater.
Berkeley, not Berkeley.
No, that's her real name.
I don't know. Spano.
Yeah, Jesse Spano. There you go,
Spano.
Craig. There you go. Geek test.
Yeah.
Thank you. The Big Lebowski, the dude. I mean, it had John Goodman and Jeff Daniels. Like, what else do you want? Also, I didn't see that movie till way after the 90s because I wasn't old enough for that. Dumb and Dumber. I mean,
Samsonite.
we got IOUs. That was funny. Saving Private Ryan.
So close.
Baby. I remember in basic training, my drill sergeant's like, you guys want to watch a movie? We're like, oh, yeah, we do.
We love movies.
All right, this is what you're going to do. You're going to get your rifles. You're going to do military presses the whole movie. And we're like,
oh, no.
huh.
Dang.
Well, there you go.
Bait and switch.
So that happened. So Saving Private Ryan. Although, they use that as a teaching tool because when they do the final battle and there's hand-to-hand combat, there's like sniper, like, they kind of show where everybody is and like tactically how things have to. Very good movie. Watched it in a different way after that. Jurassic Park, of course, and that should have been in my top 5, but it's hard to beat out T. If you can't beat out T2, man, just saying.
True story.
Yeah. Although Jurassic Park, by the way, do you know what happened today? Jeff Goldblum confirmed Jurassic Park 2. Or no, I'm sorry. The next Jurassic Park.
Oh, Jurassic
World. After Jurassic World.
Jurassic Universe.
So Jeff Goldblum's coming back. Moving on up. Anyway.
Jurassic Universe.
Life finds a way.
On the Hallmark Channel.
I mean, it's going to be 10 years until that movie makes its final.
Awesome.
Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Heat. Great bank robber. There's Val Kilmer in that movie.
Good heist movie.
Yeah.
I love that movie. Sometimes I just want the bad guys to get away. Anyway, spoiler alert. I had Schindler's List on my honorable mentions just because I think everybody should watch that. Just like I think everybody should watch the ESPN 30 for 30 Broke that thinks they're going to be a professional athlete because it tells you how the money really works kind of that way. And it makes you, Yeah, you make a lot of money, you spend a lot of money. Ryan Leaf today, that was crazy what he did. It was just a good piece on Players Tribune, which is actually the first time I ever logged on to the Players Tribune was to read Ryan Leaf's letter to himself at 21 years old or whatever. And of course, did I say 7 already? 7. Nope. That movie legitimately scared me. Like, I didn't know it was going to happen. What's in the box? You know what I'm saying? Like, that movie, Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman, Kevin Spacey, many others. Who's the chick? Not Charlize Theron. No. Anyway, doesn't matter. But my number one, and man, this movie, I just love this movie. This movie front to back. I think it fascinates people that like psychology because of the serial killer angle, and they're like, wow, a lot of serial killers. Wait, this one serial killer can teach us about the other serial killers. And that's Silence of the Lambs.
Put the lotion in the basket.
He put the guy's face on his face to get out.
It puts the lotion on its skin.
He ripped his face off and put it on his own face.
It's jacked up, man.
I love that movie. Jodie Foster. Ted Levine puts the lotion in the basket. And of course... Oh, by the way, the guy that won the best Oscar for directing died today. He died today.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy. Good run. It was a good run. Made that. And of course, Anthony Hopkins, Hannibal Lecter. Won best actor for 18 minutes of screen time. Not that much. Like,
yeah, that movie scared the heck out of me. I'm not down with that movie.
Yeah,
I watched it once and I was too young, I think, to watch it.
Oh, so good.
I'm good on that.
It's so good. It's like 90s horror. Like,
and I never watched any of the remake, or not remakes, but sequels or anything.
Yeah, sequel, prequel things.
Oh, the one, well, I don't know. Hannibal, where he makes the dude eat his own brain. That was something.
Yeah, I'm good.
We're good there. We're good there.
No, I love that movie, Hannibal, man. Silence of the Lambs. Let's go. That's it.
All right.
By the way, Ted Levine, also in the next Jurassic Park movie. Thank you.
That's a great
Buffalo
connection.
Bill, the serial killer, will be in the next Jurassic Park movie.
All right, Lilo, you're up. Your honorable mentions. All
right.
We got Crash Mode's list coming up here. But first, Lilo.
Yes. All right. So we'll run through my list pretty fast because the 90s were a big movie time in my life. Edward Scissorhands, 1990. That was one that barely made the list because of the year.
I like that movie. I forgot about that one.
That was a good flick.
Yeah.
It was Johnny Depp.
Okay.
Johnny Depp, just a robot needing a heart. Owner died before he could make him some hands. Feels ensue. Con Air. No feels there.
This is Sean Connery, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Someone so...
Nick Cage.
Yeah, Nick Cage with long hair. That was weird. This is weird. Starship Troopers. Like the best B movie of the 90s, hands down. Neil Patrick Harris. I think Denise Richards was in it too.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, the first. I don't acknowledge any sequels to Starship Troopers. But no, that was an awesome movie. Like it was completely mind blowing the stuff that they got away with at that time.
Do you wish to see more?
Yeah, right. Home Alone again made it just barely into the 90s. Great movie about bad parenting. Blair Witch Project, 1999. That was a horror movie that I saw in the theaters, and it legitimately scared the living poop out of me.
I didn't know anything about that movie, and I went on a date to that movie.
Why would you do that?
I didn't know anything about it.
Come on.
It was our friend John Baumgartner.
Oh yeah.
He was like, "Hey, I need you to go out with this chick for me.
Take one for the team.
Yeah." I was like, "Okay."
If you don't want to say it, I'll say it. Okay.
Let's go to the Continental, and I was like, "What are we watching?" It was. That's an off-the-air story.
It's hard because you can't take off your shirt and have people see you in the movie theater.
It's true. Yeah, it's
true story.
It's dark in there.
All right, moving on.
Moving on. Please move forward.
Fight Club, 1999. Amazing movie. Total shocker at the end. This one I won't spoil. I know it's been out for a long time, but everyone should see Fight Club.
Yeah,
it's good,
definitely.
Good times.
I have never seen that movie.
You should see Fight Club.
Definitely see that movie.
It is a good flick. Has Meatloaf in a fat suit. It's amazing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then
You don't even have to do that now.
Yeah, no kidding.
it's true. He could have just jumped on. Terminator 2, because like if this were a top 10 list, this would be number 6. Terminator 2.
Really?
Yep.
I love that movie.
That was a good movie. Hasta la vista.
You gotta be cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The opening sequence scared the crap out of me as a kid too, where like there was just like a nuclear holocaust and machines came roaming through and smashing skulls and stuff because that's how robots are. And
I think
care.
McG should watch that to like get some inspiration because they were gonna have another Terminator trilogy, but everybody hated that Terminator Salvation that they scrapped it
As they should have.
because his blow up everything and make everything else blow up idea for Terminator. No,
Terrible idea. Should have ended it with Dyson and him, detonating everything.
Skynet.
And then the last honorable mention was Jurassic Park. That was the movie that turned me from liking dinosaurs to being terribly afraid of dinosaurs.
Life finds a way.
Clever girl.
Spared no expense.
I will say, in high school, I don't know if you were in that class. We had a class where we would read a book and then watch the movie. Mrs. Maxfield. That was her class.
Yeah, Miss Maxfield.
And we did that with Jurassic Park. I read the book first. We watched the movie. Book way better.
Way better.
So much better than the movie.
Everyone dies in the book.
Really?
The book
yeah.
the book is 100 times better.
The
than
book
movie.
is amazing.
And the movie, the movie's really cool. It's got the effects and
Yeah,
all
you see the actual
dinosaurs and all that stuff.
dinosaurs.
The book is way better.
Way better.
Yep.
Everyone needs to read Jurassic Park.
And I'm not like a book is better kind of guy.
Yes, you are. Game of Thrones.
No,
Game
I'm
of
not that
Thrones.
kind of guy.
Yes, you are.
But
Okay.
I'm telling you, Jurassic Park's better.
Yes, book is better. All right, number 1 top movie of the 90s, and this really kind of this movie blew my mind the first time I saw it. Like I could not believe the stuff that they did in this movie.
Don't take my guy, Lilo.
You take my guy.
Don't take my guy. I know what you're gonna say.
Who's your guy?
Don't say my film here.
Okay.
I know what it is.
Well, my number 1 film did require the line, "Tank, I need an exit." And Craig is giving me
Craig's
dirty
mad.
looks.
Yes, he is.
Audio listeners. This would be The Matrix.
Took my guy.
Sorry, dude. Sorry, not sorry. The Matrix was awesome.
Stole my thunder.
I also disavow any sequels to that movie, too, because they were all ridiculous. Although,
Matrix 2 is good, Matrix 3 not good.
Matrix 2 was okay.
Yeah.
3 was, I don't even acknowledge 3. The Animatrix, which was all like side stories, all done up in anime style for The Matrix, awesome. Highly recommend everyone watches that. It fills out a lot of like weird gaps in the
There was one
story.
good part about Matrix 3, and that was the scene in the cave with the
with the other dance party.
yeah, there you go.
Yep, dance party and
I
stuff.
don't even remember that.
Yeah, that's the only
I'm
memorable
pretty
part.
sure I saw that movie in the theater. Whatever.
Yeah, it was,
All right, Matrix. Though,
dancing.
it's awesome.
The Matrix. It's a great movie. I love that movie.
Red or blue pill.
It was amazing.
There you go. Yep, sorry.
All right, well, mine.
I was thinking back to how awesome the movie was, and my brain was telling me how good this steak is, but
Really, the cool thing about the Matrix is they invented a term. Like they invented the format, I don't know how you describe it. They invented bullet time.
yeah, the cinematography technique.
Cinematography technique. They invented bullet time.
Yes.
When you
Was
shoot the
amazing.
bullet and the bullet stops and slows and everything else moves around it.
Yep.
Bullet time. They invented bullet time.
It was so innovative. Like, and you'll see. So, like the cool thing with how they did that was just like a big circle of cameras, and each one of them shot one frame within like I don't know a really short amount of time, like seconds, and then they stitched that all together to create that really cool slow motion effect of Keanu Reeves like flying backwards and having bullets being shot at him. But
It was really cool. And at the time, it blew everybody's mind.
oh, totally was.
Go ahead, Don.
I would like to say that I forgot the movie Speed, or AKA The Bus.
He called you Wildcat.
Because Dennis Hopper,
Shoot the hostage.
young Sandra Bullock, and Keanu Reeves. I mean,
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good one.
And
too.
after we listen to this, I'm sure there will be many
Yeah.
that I've thought of. But I have been writing some down while you guys are talking.
The bus.
So
Awesome.
I'm going to give my honorable mentions because you stole my thunder about
Sorry,
Matrix.
dude.
So I'm going to give a few more than
I'm sorry.
I was going to initially. All right, Office Space,
Oh,
1999.
that's a good one.
How did you forget
I didn't know
one?
that.
I know.
was
I
90s.
Happy Gilmore, 96. Babe in 1995. That was a really good movie, and the kids like it.
Yeah, kids like that movie.
Toy Story, I think you mentioned. Home Alone, you mentioned. The Sandlot for the baseball folks. I loved The Sandlot. in
Oh, yeah, that was a
93.
good one.
Forever.
And Fargo in 96.
Yeah.
Fargo was a weird movie, and
I never saw Fargo.
I dug it. It was really cool. Kingpin in 1996.
Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson in the
Oh,
bowling
yep.
movie. Oh man, that movie cracked me up.
Missed that one too.
Independence Day. Pulp Fiction in 1994.
Ooh.
Pulp Fiction was a really. I love that movie still. That is one movie I will watch again.
Do you know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese in France?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you.
Never seen that movie.
Oh, dude, that's
Got
a
my
good one.
picture with one of the Oscars of that movie. Never seen that movie.
How have you not seen?
I just never seen it. I've just
That's a
never.
good one, man.
You would be quoting that all day long.
all day long.
All day.
I like John.
So maybe you shouldn't see that one because you should see that one. Also, Best Picture winner of 1998, Shakespeare in Love,
Shakespeare in Love.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah.
Got to see a different side of her. And also Species, 1995.
Species.
Wore out the VCR on that one. I loved that movie.
Gosh.
It was so good. But yeah, my number one is The Matrix in 1999. It was amazing. It was our senior year of high school. It was like meant for us.
It was.
It was made for us, and it left a lasting impression. All right, so that's our list.
Oh, also, I did want one of those phones. Like, it was my mission in life.
Yeah.
It's still on my bucket list to own the original drop down Verizon phone or whatever that phone was.
The StarTAC phone, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, the StarTAC phone.
Yeah.
That thing was awesome. So cool.
All right, so Ben Shea, Crashed Mode on Twitter, at Crashed Mode with a K, suggested this topic, and we thank him for doing so because this has been fun and going down memory lane here. I'm not sure how old he is, but apparently he's watched some 90s movies. Whether he's old enough to watch them during their first run or not, here's his list. Number 5, The Page Master.
Nope.
I don't remember that one.
Oh, wait.
The Page
Macaulay
Master.
Culkin, I think, was in that
Was
one.
it? I have no idea. Well, was that one where the books came to life?
I think it was.
When he was in the library and then he was like, I think I remember that one.
Jumanji.
It was kind of like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's the one with Macaulay Culkin.
All right, good call there, Lilo. Number 4, Jurassic Park. Number 3, I'll look at it. You know what? Ben's gonna probably think I took his list, but I don't look at these. I just print them. I copy them and then I print them out and I don't even look at them. I put them in my folder. Number 3 is Pulp Fiction. Number 2, I should have remembered this one, The Green Mile.
Oh,
That was a good movie.
that was a good one.
The mouse and the
Was a guy on death row or something?
yeah, he
Yep.
was.
This is a good flick.
Honorable mentions: Saving Private Ryan. My army buds would murder me if I didn't include this one. Well, say hello to your army buds and thank them for us for their service.
Oh, what was the one with Pauly Shore and Andy Dick when they were in the Army now? That was good. It was a
what
good
was
one.
the Pauly Shore movie? Biodome.
Biodome.
Was that in the 90s? Because that would be an honorable
Who was
mention
that?
for
That
me.
was,
Pauly Shore, or how
I
about
think it was in the 90s.
how about Encino Man?
That was
also
definitely in the 90s.
Was it
Oh,
Encino
Encino Man,
in
I
the
think, was in the 90s.
I love that movie too.
Biodome was 96.
In
That's
the
an
Army
honorable
now.
mention.
In the Army now is definitely a 90s movie.
Encino Man was good too.
That was in
92
Pauly
for Encino Man. There you go.
Pauly
That's Brendan
Shore.
Fraser, right? Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser. Yeah.
Yep.
But Biodome was really good. I like that better than Encino Man. All right, The Lion King and Face Off were other honorable mentions.
I like that movie.
I don't remember. Was that with John Travolta, The Face
Yeah.
Off?
Yep.
And
Nicolas
Nick
Cage.
Cage.
Yep. They traded faces, hence the name.
Face Off. so apropos.
The worst. I just
However, his number 1 is one let me see. I did have it on my honorable mentions and I just didn't mention it. 1991.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you the paper. I can even tweet it if you want. Honorable mention, or his number one is Hook.
Oh my gosh! How did I forget that movie?
Dustin Hoffman.
I love that
I
movie.
love that movie.
Peter Pan and the remake of Peter Pan.
Oh my
with
gosh!
Robin Williams as the Peter.
Oh, that
and,
movie was so
Dustin
great.
I'm
Hoffman.
going to say this.
Shmi.
I didn't like that
Rufio.
movie. Sorry.
What?
Rufio.
Sorry.
Rufio.
What?
Rufio.
I didn't like that movie. I couldn't.
Oh.
There's at least one time a day where I draw a line in the sand and I tell somebody to cross it.
I've seen you do that.
move.
I've seen you do
Johnny,
that.
man.
I do that all the time. Yeah, Rufio is the coolest man.
I'll throw down the nearsighted gynecologist cut every now and then.
Ben says, thank you for using my idea. You guys are great. Well, Ben, we think you are great for suggesting this topic and for listening to us and being a great fan of the show. Thank you. You should follow him, everybody. Go to Crashed Mode on Twitter. Krashed mode on Twitter. Don, how can they suggest and be like Ben, who they should be like, topics for us to rank?
I like doing topics like this, Craig. When we have good ideas from listeners, it really makes the show better. So go to Twitter and follow at RankEmUp, at RANKMUP. Go to Facebook, like the show page, facebook.com/RankEmUp, and go to any podcasting service, if you please, and download the show, leave a review, and most importantly, tell a friend. Get them involved in the conversation at RankEmUp. Rank your top 5 of whatever. And we really will do whatever. Just wait till the potpourri show in a couple weeks.
That one's going to be fun.
It's going to be when Don gets to really show his Donness.
Save a couple hours for that episode.
Yeah.
Listen to it on 1.5 speed. Let us know, actually, if we missed any, because I'm sure we have. Just like we were reading Ben's list.
I mean,
tweet us your rankings, because this week, more than any, we're
what
going
year
to
did
miss
Pretty
some.
Woman come out? Because, I mean, I probably saw Pretty Woman a lot more than those other ones.
I think it was in the 80s. I think Pretty Woman was 80s. So,
Young
yes,
Julia Roberts,
send
man.
us your rankings. Let us know what movies we missed. So, for Lilo, for Don, I am Craig, and this is Rank 'em Up.